By the time Morsi came to power in July of last year, he was basically inheriting a country that was suffering from a lack of confidence and lack of investment. So the trick was to try and stabilize the political scene, to try and engender confidence in the economy and bring back the tourists, bring back the investors and so on.
So are you saying he didn't inherit the poison chalice that a lot of his supporters are saying he did?
No, I think it was an extremely difficult economic situation and that required extremely active management. I think he was doing okay for the first few months. Particularly, a lot of confidence came in when he removed the heads of the military. He made the right noises with respect to the IMF for the first couple of months, and they were going to sign on the dotted line in December, which would have made a huge amount of difference to the confidence of investors until he shot himself in the foot with this presidential decree that put him above the judiciary and that pushed through the constitution. Everything kicked off, violence, protests, people dying in the streets, and all of a sudden the IMF was off the table, investors were backing out again, nobody was interested. So it was a difficult situation. He could have stabilized it. He was doing okay until the politics got really messy.
We were in Cairo last week and a lot of the complaints on the streets were all about food inflation, the basics. Now, was this a direct problem caused by President Morsi and the Muslim Brotherhood, or was this already kind of an issue for the everyday Egyptian?
This is a problem of lack of importation. Basically, it's a problem of lack of dollars. You can't import it unless you have the dollars to pay for them. Dollar reserves and FX reserves fell far more sharply before Morsi came into power than they did after Morsi took power. So it wasn't like his coming into office really led to a currency FX squeeze.
So when it comes to the IMF loan, that would have been a crucial linchpin in kick-starting the economy and improving the situation there. What could he have done sooner to secure that loan?
Well, we have to remember the first time the IMF loan was on the table was well before Morsi's time. It was a year before Morsi. It was in May of 2011. That was when the IMF and the Egyptian government first agreed to a loan. That was taken off the table by the military. So it's not like it was Morsi who's been an anti-IMF person. In fact, the secular opposition is much more vehemently anti-IMF than the Muslim Brotherhood are. The difficulty is the IMF loan could have made a difference back in May 2011. It may even have made a difference if it came in December 2012. It would make absolutely no difference if it came today. It's the political scene that needs to stabilize in order to attract all this tourism investment and so on. And that would be much more valuable than any IMF loan in the near term.